Jennifer has only just learned this drill, yet she displays a wonderful grace and economy in her movements. If you're a novice, aim to move with this kind of ease. Toby, also a novice, holds her head a bit high, but has really mastered the switch timing. Watching Terry from overhead, you can see the arms working in sync with body rotation. Double under is the perfect place to imprint this. Is some of these valuable habits. Terry shows a flowing, unbroken rhythm. He doesn't hurry, but he never stops rotating until he pauses in sweet spot. Ian really hugs the surface with water flowing over the back of his head throughout his switches. Susie is a master of timing. She switches at the same moment every time. As in his other drills, Joe is about as slippery as you can be. You might say he pierces the water, even as he sneaks his arm and switches. Susie shows how to relax your legs, which saves energy for longer swims. Pause your kick while switching, then pick it up again, gently, in sweet spot. Terry shows that you can improve your rhythm by rolling a bit less during your switches. Now is the best time to learn to solidly anchor your hand. When Joe sees his hand, he flexes his wrist to turn the other hand and forearm into a lever for holding the water. Susie also anchors her hand and feels the water resist it before stroking. As you practice these skills in triple underswitch, focus on just one at a time. After you've mastered triple under, you might have a little fun with underwater freestyle, if you can do it as Joe demonstrates here. It's a simple way to make a long, sleek body line and whole body rotation a habit. Start with a deeper push-off than usual. The extra water resistance will make you more aware of keeping your head in line, extending fully, and rotating to slip through the smallest space. This is also a good exercise for improving your sense of balance. Underwater freestyle will definitely teach you more about finding the easiest way to move through the water. Zipper drills are the most transforming part of the entire TI drill sequence. They improve your balance and teach valuable stroke habits, especially a compact recovery, which is essential for efficiency. You can rehearse the next step with a dry land exercise. Begin as Catherine does, then slowly drag your thumb along your breastbone to your ear, as if pulling a zipper up your side. Lead with your elbow for as long as possible. Here, Terry demonstrates how a partner can check your head position and help you lead with your elbow so your forearm hangs like a marionette. Then wag it gently to check for complete relaxation. Practice on both sides and keep the arm alongside your body. You can even practice a switch as you go from one side to the other. Finally, pump your completely relaxed forearm up and down to rehearse a movement we'll do in the water next. Zipper skate will be the most valuable balance and body position drill you'll ever do because it teaches you how to lay on your lungs. With that feeling, you'll swim and drill better than ever. Joe shows here how critical it is to make sure your head and lead hand are correctly positioned before you start the zipper movement. With that foundation, he's perfectly stable, even with his arm poised overhead. Also, notice that he keeps his hand completely underwater and his arm alongside, not above, his rib cage. Jennifer's a bit of a sinker, but as long as she keeps that lead hand at 5 o'clock, she'll sink in equilibrium with hips and shoulders even, a valuable balance lesson. Ian also sinks a bit, but because he stays balanced, he has great control. Can you be so relaxed that the water flexes your hand back, as Ian shows? When you feel great balance, pump your arm alongside your ear as Joe demonstrates. This will imprint where you'll make the switch in our next drill. Practice until you feel as if you can glide effortlessly like this. The more balance you feel, the better you'll swim. And here, Joe and Ian show the great value of using the TI team learning approach while practicing zipper skate. Here, Joe is pushing Ian gently along from behind the elbow. This heightens the feeling of having the elbow leading while allowing Ian to feel a completely effortless glide. Next, Ian helps Joe perfect his side balance position, which Joe maintains for a moment before doing one switch. When drilling solo or swimming, recall the balance and control you felt while doing this exercise. And control. He pumps right alongside his ear, then switches at the same spot. When your entry point is consistent, you can switch without pumping, like this. Joe slices his hand down at his ear and right to his 4 o'clock position. Ian leads with his elbow and keeps his arm so relaxed his hand flexes back during recovery. He also hugs the surface, drilling as if trying to fit under a very low ceiling. Watching Terry in the endless pool gives you another look at where the hand slices down, right beside the ear, while the other arm is still outstretched. Watching underwater, you can see the switch timing. One arm entering triggers the other to begin its stroke. When you master this timing, your arms will feel like a powerful extension of your core body. During recovery, and always slices down right at his ear. With good balance and rhythm, you can do as many as 6 or 7 switches without becoming breathless. Notice how consistent the timing of his switches is. Also notice how he flows effortlessly down the pool and how his head and lead hand glide continually past lane markers. Like Ian, Catherine hugs the surface as if she were swimming under a very low ceiling. Jennifer has mastered relaxation and ease. Her next focal point will be to slice her hands in a bit earlier. Catherine consistently slices her hand to her 4 o'clock position. Here, Terry shows how to develop a sense of core body rotation rhythm. While his front hand is patient, his rear hand never pauses. Swimming in a gentle current in an endless pool, he simply maintains his switching rhythm to stay in place with barely any effort. This is the best way to develop the economy that's so important in distance swimming. Once more, Joe and Ian show the great benefit of team learning. First, they help each other heighten their sense of having the elbow lead recovery and slicing the hand steep and deep on the entry to help your balance. Then, they gently restrict the wrist from moving past the elbow too early, or, as Ian shows, helping the elbow move forward a bit more. Working with a partner may be the best way to learn the entry timing in zipper switches. Your partner can see where your hand slices down and help achieve a cleaner, more vertical entry of the hand and forearm. Ian uses a light touch to help Joe lead with the elbow a bit longer. That helps Joe understand the feeling he should strive for. The greatest transfer of learning happens when they continue collaborating on multi-zipper switches in shallow water. A touch at the elbow or wrist is all it takes to make the entry while drilling exactly the same as it was while standing in place. Our final lesson with a 3-stage drill that teaches you to balance with a minimum of kicking. This gives distance swimmers and triathletes significant energy savings. First, push off on your stomach, aiming to break out in balance with the back of your head, shoulder blades, and suit surfacing at the same time.